Hey girlfriends, I'm Meech. Welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how I achieve this half up, half down look with this bomb burgundy fall wig. Now you guys, first things first, I just want to apologize for my voice. I know I sound hella crazy, but your girl's coming over a cold, so yeah. But nevertheless, to get started, I'm just going to go right in with my bow hold glue, and I'm going to use that all across the front of my hairline. Now I did not um, do the ball cap method. I just put my wig cap on because I just honestly, I'm going to get the same results, you guys. So I just bypassed that entire step, but I'm going to use this what is this, popsicle stick, and I'm just going to smooth that out all across my hairline. Now I did go in beforehand and prep my hairline by cleaning off all my makeup and any kind of excess oils and everything with some witch hazel. So I highly recommend that you do that, especially if you're going to do this half up half down style, because you do not want your frontal to lift once you get this up in a ponytail. So I do highly recommend prepping your hairline beforehand. So now I'm just going to go in again, and I'm going to repeat that step, and I'm going to let this dry clear before I put my wig on. While I'm doing this, I just wanted to say really quickly, thank you guys so much for all your comments on all my videos. For the most part, they're always positive. I might get somebody here and there that's trolling or what have you, but I just want to thank you guys so much for that. Even, comments where people say, oh, I tried this and it didn't work for me, or I bought this hair and it was trash, or whatever. I think that's so important, that dialogue, because something that works for me may not work for you guys. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that. So right here, I'm just taking my wig and I am going to apply this very slowly. Now I know in a lot of videos I don't show you guys this in detail, but I'm basically lining this wig up precisely to where this glue is. And also I'll show you in this video what to do if you have some pieces that are glued down and then other pieces that are not, because that does happen even to professionals, even to people who've done this a million times. So I just am going to go and show you guys what to do in that instance in this video. But yeah, I'm just going to start in the middle. I'm going to lay this down. As you guys can see, this glue is clear, it's not white, it's tacky, it's not wet. So make sure that you keep that in mind, because I don't want this glue to seep through your lace when you're trying to do this. Okay, you guys, that's super important. Okay, as you guys can see, this is what I was talking about whenever I move my hand back and this front of this lace comes up. So basically, I'm just going to take that glue and I'm going to put it everywhere this lace is lifting. Now, I know that some stylists will just go ahead and cut that off, and that's completely optional. But because I've already installed this, I do not want to continue to cut the lace and cut the lace, because that is going to minimize my space for my frontal area. So I am going to go ahead and just glue that down. Now instances where I would cut that off is say that the lace was really closer to the eyebrows, like for those who have smaller foreheads, or if you know the lace was too big and I had some room to kind of maneuver and cut that excess lace off, I would just cut it off. But again, because I'm already reinstalling this wig and I want to preserve my lace, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. Now, I'm not laying it down as soon as I put the glue on. I am giving it a few seconds to dry clear before I lay that down, so make sure you do that as well. Now here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use my elastic band to lay my hairline. Now the struggle is so real. I don't know why I always struggle on this, you guys. Every single time I do my frontals or somebody else's frontals, I always lose grip of the band and it just goes flying. So I just left that in there because if that happens to you, I just want you to know, honey, that is normal. But nevertheless, we're going to get that on there to set this lace, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start straightening my hair. Now, I did want to tell you guys right now that in my previous video where I installed the frontal from the beauty supply, this is that exact wig. Now, I did get a lot of comments from girls saying that brand frontal is trash. I think it was the Naked Brazilian. That brand is really trash, whatever. I believe it. Like, I believe that it is. But I haven't personally had any issues with it. I just wanted to put that out there. So this is that exact same wig. I know in that video it was jet black, but now it's red, and I did not film me coloring it, and I do not know why. So if you guys would like to see a video of me coloring beauty supply hair and installing it, I will do that for you guys. Just let me know. But I just wanted to throw that out there that this is that exact same wig with the frontal from the beauty supply. Now the bundles are not from the beauty supply, but this is the same frontal. So I am going to add some hair, but I will tell you guys all about that once I get to that point. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start sectioning off the front of my frontal so that I can get this part up into a ponytail. Now make sure when you do this part that you part a small thin section in the back of the frontal so that you can cover up your tracks, because you don't want your tracks showing. Your hair is going to be on fleek, girl, and you're going to have your tracks showing. So make sure you part off that small section, but make sure it's enough to cover up those tracks in the back. So once I part that section off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start sleeking this up into a ponytail. So I am going to put that elastic band back on, because once I start gripping this frontal, I do not want it to lift. I want to make sure that this thing is set once I get this in a ponytail. So I am going to put that elastic band back on for that part. So here I'm just using my Got To Be Blasting freeze spray. This is the exact same freeze spray so many girls use for their sleek ponytails, and this is another sleek look, so I'm going to use this to sleek up my ponytail. And I'm also going to use my comb to make sure that there are no flyaways, that everything is in place how I want it. And I'm just going to take me a rubber band, and I'm just going to get this ponytail together as tightly as I can, but I don't want to pull too tight that I'm lifting the frontal. So you really don't have to pull too tight, because once you use that blasting freeze spray, it's going to hold everything in place. So we're going to do that. We're going to use our blow dryer to set it, and then I am going to end up braiding the ends of this ponytail. Now, the only reason why I'm braiding this ponytail is because, for one, I wanted to give me a little bit of lift once I do the pony. I don't want it to be limp or anything like that. This braid is going to give me a little bit of stiffness, which is going to allow my ponytail to kind of stand up a little bit higher. And you don't necessarily have to braid it as much as I did. You can go about halfway. So yeah, I just will go ahead and braid it. I'm going to put it in a rubber band, and then I'm going to start wrapping my ponytail around it. So this is the brand of hair that I'm using. I don't know if this is Live or Live, I don't know, but nevertheless, this is from the beauty supply. This is 12 inches in Burgundy, and it cost I want to say $25 maybe. What I will say about this is, if you're intending on doing a high heat style, I do not recommend this hair, y'all. Do not use this hair if you trying to put your flat iron on 700 degrees, okay, because it's going to melt. Don't use this if you're trying to put it on 500 or 400. 350 max, sis, I'm trying to tell you, because it's going to melt in your flat iron and you're going to be heated. So yeah, I'm going to just take this, and I am going to use a needle and thread. I'm going to take that needle and thread and put it through the end of the weft, and I'm going to take that same needle and thread and put it at the end of my braid. And then you guys will see, because I'm going to do a close-up, I'm going to start wrapping. So as you guys notice, I am going to take that thread and that needle and put it around to the other side of my ponytail to hold it in place. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to keep that needle and thread higher than the ponytail, because if I do it lower, then it's going to get wrapped up at the bottom. And whenever I need to keep tacking it in place as I'm going up the braid, it's not going to work. So make sure that you keep that needle and thread above where you're wrapping, so that you can just pick up the needle and tack it in place. And again, as I said before, I am going to show you guys a close-up. And don't make this too technical, you guys. I'm not sewing this any special way. I'm not going through the weft, behind the braid, around. I'm not doing all that. All I'm doing is going underneath the weft and through the braid, just so that it'll hold it in place. There's not a super special technical way that you have to do this. As long as you keep your needle and your thread above where you're wrapping, you'll be completely fine. Now, obviously, this is so optional. Everything you guys see here on YouTube is optional. My job is just to give you an idea of maybe a style, or maybe a way that you may want to style your hair. If this is easier for you to do with the glue, do it with the glue. If this is easier for you to do with the bobby pins, do it with the bobby pins. Whatever floats your boat, whatever's easiest for you, just do it that way. You don't have to do it this way if it's confusing to you. That's the best thing about YouTube tutorials, you can just, you know, make it your own. So yeah, I didn't want to do the glue because I didn't want to put glue on the hair of this frontal, because again, this is a beauty supply frontal and I'm trying to make it last as long as possible. So you just have to keep those things in mind whenever you're doing a specific style. Now, I don't know what happened to the clip of me cutting the thread off, but it was just as simple as me cutting it off. I didn't have to tie it in a bunch of knots or anything like that. I just used some hair from the back of my ponytail, and I just started wrapping it around and using my freeze spray and my blow dryer to keep it in place. So you guys know, well, at least the ones that have been watching a couple of my videos, that I don't typically do baby hairs, but some styles, they just warrant baby hairs, and this is one of those styles. So I'm just going to use my spoolie, and I actually just sprayed a little bit of the freeze spray on it, and I'm just going to lay my baby hairs. That is the easiest way, in my opinion. I did not want to go in with the foam and all that other stuff because the style is already laid, so I'm not doing all that. I just went in with my spoolie and my freeze spray, and I'm just laying those baby hairs down, and this is the final look. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I love you guys. I apologize again for how crazy my voice sounds in this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you guys want to see next.